All right, y'all, what's good? Let's talk about it. We finally got the news. We've been knowing this was going to happen. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is coming back for the third time to Horror Nights. That's how I feel about it. But forget how I feel about it right now. Let's get to the clip. We're going to take this to the top.
We're about to begin, but a word of advice. You'd slow down if you knew what was waiting for you at the end. Encounter killer clowns from outer space. One nightmare of many, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. We're about to begin, but a word of advice. You'd slow down if you knew what was waiting for you at the end. Encounter killer clowns from outer space. One nightmare of many, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
All right, y'all. Y'all saw it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is coming to Horror Nights. This is the third time. The first time was 2019. I believe the second time was 2021. Now we're here in 2026. Yes, the repeat of a repeat. So if you're a hardcore fan of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, congratulations to you. Yes. Congratulations to you. You get to go for a third time. If you've never been, it's going to be your first time, and it's going to be special. This will be a second time for me. I like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but I'm not someone who likes silly, goofy haunted houses like that. I can appreciate it, but once I've experienced it once, I don't want to experience it again. Now it's happening again. But in fairness, John Murdy has done Halloween several times. He did Halloween 4 twice, and I'm a Michael Myers guy, excluding the new trilogy that came out. But I'm a Michael Myers guy. I'm into Halloween. So anytime the haunted house arrives, I'm there. I pull up. So I get it. I don't want to be hypocritical, you know what I'm saying? So now that we've done this, right, that we got the video, let's see what else we're gonna get into. Let's read this. Just announced, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space are returning to Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. If there's ever a reason to be afraid of clowns, this haunted house is it. Tickets are below. Click the link. In this haunted house, based on Killer Clowns from Outer Space, try not to become the cotton candy covered snack of some seriously unfriendly visitors from worlds unknown. Tickets, click the link. You feel me? Now, let's go to John Murdy, the big dog. John Murdy. Y'all see this? So I'm going to read it. It's lengthy. This is the calm before the storm. Tomorrow it's working crazy late hours till opening. So I'm going to open up the question box for the last time this season. You know the drill. If you want me to answer your question, make it a question I can answer. I know he don't sound like that in real life, but fuck it. I'm gonna talk like that anyways. So let's get to the questionnaires. Let's get to the questions. I'm gonna read them fast. It's a bunch of them. 117 comments. Oh, let's get to it. Will Jack the Clown ever make his way from Orlando to Hollywood? I think he pulled off the highway in Vegas and then amassed a massive gambling debt that's going to take him years to pay off. He may never take the gas money. Which house? 5 fires. 5 of them teens. Shout out to Mondo. Which house will be the most aggressive scares wise? And John Murdy says, impossible to say till I've seen it in action. Will tomorrow's HHN Hollywood announcement, wherever it may be, have any merchandise implications in Orlando? Is that like if a butterfly flaps its wings in a rainforest, or however that saying about synchronicity goes? John, you and I both know what house announcement this is going to be tomorrow. Please tell me if a certain group of clowns from space is coming back. And he put the pictures. He not playing with them. Angel not playing with them. But John Murdy says, Angel, both you and I know that's just a colorful exterminator tent. Christian, after so many years of HHN, what still excites you about designing new experiences for fans? Exactly that, designing new experiences and seeing the fans' reactions that never gets old. I'm assuming there's a house wish list you've accumulated throughout the years. How do you zone on and on which will be done for a year? Is the decision based on the budget or license availability for IPs or a combination of the two? There's some properties I'd love to do. Would be really expensive to pull off and wouldn't necessarily be top marketing priority. So those are harder to get done regardless of the rights. The rest is opportunity. How scary would you say did is? It seemed like it would be a pretty intense Hollywood original with some pretty cool scenes. I'm really excited to learn about this maze potentially at the panel. I don't predict scary. That's totally for the fans to decide. It's creepy as hell. It's a great setting with a variety of different environments that all lend themselves to horror. Bro, just have fun and knock us dead. Okay, bro, that's what my daughters call me all the time. Bro. What can we expect from this year's HHN Hollywood theme for the opening ceremony? I'll tell you when I see it. Haven't seen it yet. Will you do 3D houses again in the future? You never know. I don't want them to do that. You can leave that up to HauntStream, which we'll get to later, or I should say next. Not sure how many times this has been asked, but is there any interest in implementing Dead by Daylight in any capacity in regards to future HHN seasons? Sure. You implied that bringing Ozzy to HHN this year was your idea. How often does that sort of thing happen? And how much do priorities shift in IP being potentially pushed back for new/last minute ideas? Yeah, it was. And I had the connections for it, but it didn't replace anything. Both coasts were on board with it, and I knew it was possible during HHN last year. Any new scents this year? If so, what would that be? I think I put Garlic in Sinners because they were preparing it prior to the big vampire battle. Did you know right away after seeing the Sinners movie that you wanted to have a house at HHN? Legit my top movie of 2025. I knew there was interest before I saw it, but I loved it. Funny, talked with someone today who hated the film, and I've had this conversation with other people, and I just don't get that. I think it's an amazing film, and he was worthy of Best Actor. He's referring to Michael B. Jordan. Any possibility on changing the audio that gets played on the escalators to the lower lot? The pop music that gets played doesn't really fit well with HHN. I specifically sought out that team and made that specific request because I totally agree with you. They thought people wanted to chill out and take a break from HHN. I said, no, they don't. If it doesn't change, I'm jumping off the stairway. He meant stair. He said star. When doing the house, is there like a list of IPs you have access to choose from that's available? Then you go from there, or what's the process like when it comes to that, if you don't mind me asking? We have ones we go after, ones that come to us, it varies. There are certain ones that are totally inaccessible. Hellraiser was for years. We just never give up trying to get the ones we believe in. Shout out to you, Murdy. Shout out to you, Marty. Let's get it. When Fort Nightmares was being discussed for a scare zone, was there any trouble of bringing it in the beginning, such as how to make it into a scare zone, how to make the characters look creepy, scary? I don't think they've been translated like this before outside of cosplay. So that's quite a challenge in terms of costumes, masks. Out of all the houses you've ever written treatments for, which one have you loved the most that surprised everyone else and their expectations? Universal Monsters and Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare. Any chance to make a mummy house tied into the mummy ride? If the house could feed right into the ride of vice versa. Wow, that would be wild. Which house would you say was the most challenging to dress internal design? Little hard to say since it's not complete. Triple D has a lot of deco elements and a lot of medieval stuff. They meant medical stuff, along with a room where you buy coffins / urns. So that was probably hard to source all that. Is Hollywood Harry going to appear at this event at all, or is he still wandering the Hollywood Hills? Haven't seen him. I wonder if he's dead. Will we ever see any video game franchises in the future? I know we have Fallout and Silent Hill, but those were based off movies / TV. My dream is a BioShock house. The Last of Us was the game. I think we'll do more in the future. Are you more proud of the IP-inspired work this year or the original ideas? Is your answer usually the same every year, or does it vary? I don't really separate them in my mind. I'm proudest of having pulled off Ozzy just a little over a year after he passed. I felt this was something we needed to do, and so grateful it came together so soon. Hey, John, who is on your Mount Rushmore of horror icons? Okay, I'm going to translate that for y'all. That means, would I have to limit the unique monsters to one cost? I could easily do 4. What was the easiest house you've made for this season? Ain't none of them easy, my friend. I guess it's easier with the originals since there's only ourselves to approve things. When it comes to finding the right intellectual properties for horror nights, what do you look for? Same 3 things, though we sometimes bend the rules. Great characters that can be played by live performers, variety of environments we can translate to a live experience, and 3 guest awareness of the properties / desire to see it in the event. How many scare zones will we be expecting this year, including many ones like in front of Terror Tram? If you can give us a number, you'll know in less than a week. What announced houses so far has surpassed even your expectations from first walkthroughs? Ozzy, I kind of knew he took the K off. I kind of knew what to expect from the rest. How was it for you working with the Osbournes to bring Ozzy's legacy to HHN? Great. I met Sharon and Jack years ago when I was doing Black Sabbath 13, and they've always been great to work with. I remember there used to be a house each year where you would provide a secret passcode and the character outside the house would give a little surprise. Is that ever going to come back? I really want to bring that back. I kind of just did all that on my own back when I ran the official Horror Nights Twitter, and I don't run that anymore, so need to get them on board with it. What house location do you miss the most that isn't being used right now? The back lot for sure. New York Street area, stage 12, just because it was cool to be in there with all its history. Oh, man. Bring back the Metro lots. What's something you've learned from creating Halloween Horror Nights over the years that still influences you? I'm going to reread that again. What's something you've learned from creating Halloween Horror Nights over the years that still influences how you approach each new season? Surround yourself with talented, passionate people who earned your trust and give them the space to do what they do best. Has any thought went into doing more than a purge every time at Waterworld? Yes, I don't produce that show specifically. It's been extremely highly rated every year we've done it, so that's definitely a factor. Plus, it's hard to find a property that can work in that venue. Shows like Waterworld are designed to do one thing. It's not easy to change. With the resurgence of Tales from the Crypt, is there a chance we'll see the Crypt Keeper return as the host of HHN or a TFTC Honey House? I think that's the corpse house. Yeah, I think that's the corpse house. Yeah, I heard that old bag of bones was coming back. Can we expect you to announce the rest of HHN scare zones and houses at Midsummer Scream? I don't know. I'm gonna read the crowd and make a call on the spot. Oh, you better tell us, Murdy. You better. Damn, I'm trying to remember what the thousand. I thought it was 1,000 houses, 1,000. All right, I'll read it later. You scared plenty of people over the past 20 years, including myself, but I wonder personally what actually scares you. Be pretty funny to make a meta honey house like Fears of Murder. My phobias are all rational. Wooden spoons, cotton balls being primary on that list. The only year we ever missed HHN after you took over in 2006 was the year in American Werewolf in London was a house. Is there any plans to revisit the IP? Yeah, that was a good one. I wouldn't mind revisiting it. Got any advice for the first time scare actors out there? It's a long run. You got to treat it with an athletic mindset, like a marathon runner trains. Take care of yourself and don't forget to hydrate. Can we possibly see any nods to Randy Rhoads in the Ozzy house? I keep seeing people ask about that. To me, Randy is all about the guitar and the way he played it. You'll definitely hear that in the house. That's the best tribute we could do for him. Keep his music alive. Will we be seeing the Mind Flayer in his final form? No. He's like bigger than freaking Godzilla, but you'll be in his belly. Oh, that's wild. Who are some celebs over the years that you got to meet during HHN that was random and not planned? Two-Face. Dave Chappelle? Wow, totally random. Pulled up in a limo outside Walking Dead years ago, so I gave him a private show. Elizabeth Taylor came in a wheelchair with Michael Jackson's kids, and she did all the houses. Class lady. Wow. I think you mean classy lady. Since you can read Junior like a book, John, I'm going to ask the same question. What house do you think will be the scariest for me? Did this? What's the one thing you look for every year during HHN that lights a fire under you for the next year? The fans' reaction always lights the fire, especially when they say best year ever, that drives us to top it. Is there a house you wish you could work on again or get a second try with? Just what else we could have done with Alien on its own after doing AVP? What is the most challenging part of creating a massive event like HHN, and what is your favorite part of the process? The sheer size and complexity of it. You can't stress about it or you go insane, so you have to maintain this Zen mindset. Fave is the initial creation and seeing our performance bring it to life. If you had to make an event that was not a Halloween, what holiday would you base it on? St. Patty's Day. Will you be placing anything from the previous Black Sabbath 13 maze, homage-wise, into the Ozzy maze? No, it has nothing to do with Sabbath. It's inspired by his solo career. Is Hellraiser an IP like Terrifier where the gore won't be toned down? I'm toning anything down. What? That's interesting. I'm toning anything down? I think he meant I'm not toning anything down. That's what I'm going to assume. Have you ever sampled the HHN food before release? And what has been a favorite or one that sticks out food offered at HHN? No, I never had time to do that. I'm lucky if I remember to eat at all when we're in the thick of things. Will there be a dry or wet path with one of the houses this year? No, but there'll be a wedding yourself path. Would it be a great idea to do a backrooms inspired house? Would love it. Have a great day. Yeah, it kind of goes against what a house typically is. Its brightly lit roofs are kind of essential to the vibe, etc. But I'm still intrigued. What was the best thing you researched for did this? Specific tools used for embalming and just the whole embalming process start to finish. How was the process of writing Ozzy Osbourne Prince of Darkness, since this was your favorite personal maze to write and work on? What excites you about designing this maze as a new experience for new and old fans? It was hard because I went one direction and threw it away and started over with Ozzy's fans top of mind. It's just a privilege of getting to honor Oz after knowing / working with him years ago. We definitely feel the responsibility of that. Is there any dance choreography for the Fortnite Scare Zone? Oh, let's wait and see. During Midsummer Scream, will you show us glimpses of the mazes, costumes / masks, or concept art like Orlando did? If not, that's a shame. Orlando doesn't do Midsummer Scream LL. Yes, I've been doing that exact thing at the exact event for a decade. Let's see, did you work with Doug Bradley for the Hellraiser house, or how much was he involved with it? Yeah, I directed him in the session where he recorded Pinhead's voice for us. Last and final question regarding HHN. Simple question is a yes or no reply. Were you able to secure any highly anticipated IP for next year's season, HHN 2027, that fans will love and go crazy over it and get hype about it? Yes. Need to know which Hellraiser films to study / Ozzy albums to listen to, prepare. Hellraiser 1 through 3, Ozzy, listen to Diary of a Madman, watch the video for Bark at the Moon. There's a lot more, but that's a good start, assuming you've heard Crazy Train. Any video game houses coming down the pipeline next year? Yes, Dig, Dug, and Juiced. Thoughts on there ever being in a session house or walk around? Nikki, thanks for taking the time to do this. I thought the film was great. Can't wait to see this year, but I have one simple question, and that is, how are you doing? Oh, that's nice of you to ask. Hunt Eggman, you are very thoughtful. It's been a rough year, but I'm back in a place where I know what to do and what needs to be done, so it's a lovely distraction. Don't know if anyone has asked this yet, but what is the glorious house this year? Tough call. Hellraiser did this. Evil did burn. Pick one. See, those are gonna be my top 3 joints. Top 300 houses for real. Describe this year's Terror Tram in one word without giving anything away. Obviously, I don't want to. Why don't you do it? Non-HHN question. Non-HHN question. What did you miss about LA and California? Did you have a favorite fast food place or certain local attraction in LA? I grew up and still have a house in Whittier, so I love Rick's for drive-through and Samaya's for authentic Mexican food. And the owner still remembers me and my kids' names every time I go there. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to take a picture of that. If Rick's got burgers, I'm about to pull up in this motherfucker. For real. I personally am excited for Stranger Things. Would you say there are some awesome scenes this year in there? Can we expect this to be the best of all the seasons, though? That's kind of subjective. The Maxi is wild. Those damn teeth in the Mind Flayer's belly are huge. How do you usually spend your Halloween night, and do you dress up in costume? At HHN every year, but I always go trick-or-treating with my kids before I go in. I was Uncle Fester last year, Frankenstein the year before. Is the bar going to be Slash again? Love his work. Can you tell him I love him? No new theme. I love that partnership we have with HHN. Always a joy to work together, and especially this year. Is Mr. Crowley part of the Ozzy house? It may shock you, but no, it's not just a greatest hits approach. It's more finding music to work with the scenes we were creating, and that wasn't one of them. But Diary of a Madman did, and so did many others. Are you already planning things for next year? I've already written 4 treatments and know the whole slate. Did you have to do a lot of research for 4 Nightmares? Yes, but not like a house, because being that it's a scare zone, a long-time guy who creates the scare zones took the lead. I functioned more as an executive producer on that. Damn, these questions don't stop. Is there a possibility we can see a house based on the movie, As Above, So Below? In a way, kind of did that with our Universal Monsters house that was set in the Paris catacombs. Which houses will have scare actors outside? Hard to say. 2 haven't been announced, and they both do. Not out front, but Sinners has some before you're technically in the house proper, but not out front. Stranger Things, Evil did burn. Wow. Okay. How was your flight over? Nice and easy. I don't sleep on planes, so lots of movie catching up. Hamnet, Marty, Supreme, Nick Cave, documentary, etc. Can we look for another vinyl released by Slash? You'll want one after this year. Which house will be the scariest this year? Knowing you, Junior, I'm betting on Hellraiser. Yeah, that's gonna be the best house, Hellraiser. Which houses was like, I'm glad I did this for 2026 HHN Hollywood. Ozzy, can't believe it came together so fast after his passing, but it needed to happen. What house this year would you say is the longest? Stage 15 is the longest footprint, but that doesn't necessarily make it longer time-wise. Has to do with how the space is used, how big the scenes are, etc. Hi, John. Would you ever consider a Phantasm house? Yes. Ooh, he said, if I could throw a metal spear at your head, yes. Not you personally, the universal you. Which house do you think has the best atmosphere? I was digging the feel in Ozzy today, but Hellraiser is pretty freaking awesome too. Just different because that's more about translating the films, and Ozzy is more our interpretation. What other music artists would you like to bring to HHN? I have written two that haven't been done yet, but don't want to jinx it. Don't want to jinx. Okay. What quality does it take to be an HHN house designer? Because one day, or a HHN house designer, because one day I would like to work with HHN Hollywood. Creative realist, meaning lots of people can be creative and just think up stuff, but you have to approach it knowing how to execute it. From the literal build down to every scare actor role and what they're doing. What's the oldest piece of HHN merch you own? I don't own any. I do have the poster from the first year in Hollywood in the 80s, but that was gifted to me by our old GM who originally recruited me to do HHN. What's it like working with artists like Slash, Mike Dean, and The Weeknd? Well, Mike works with The Weeknd, so that's kind of together. Mike remixed the songs for us. Slash is more of a partnership, particularly this year. Have you ever been scared, like genuinely, or nerd, or downright creeped out when wandering one of your mazes alone outside of ours? Yes, I sprinkled holy water in The Exorcist 2016 the night before we opened. My mom asked me to do it. LL. When is the Terror Tram coming? When is the video gonna come? Soonish. What is your favorite late night meal when you are grinding away at these final moments? Rick's in Whittier. BLT just had one. Dog, I gotta pull up to Whittier. Okay, he's done. Woo! I got through all that. I did it for y'all. The zero of y'all that are watching this, but hopefully more of y'all watch this. I'm clapping for myself. I read through all that. Bravo. Ooh! All right, let's get to it. So now, don't remove. All right, now that we've gone to that, let's see something. Y'all see that? Yeah. That's HauntStream. So let me read it for y'all. For the first time ever, I Know What You Did Last Summer is being brought to life at a major Halloween event. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the final catch, comes to SeaWorld Orlando, SeaWorld San Diego, and SeaWorld San Antonio for this year's HauntStream event. Ooh! When I read this on Friday at first, I was pissed because it looked like it was only going to be available in Orlando. But then I found out it's coming to San Diego. I went to HauntStream last year. It was trash. Hold on, let me get the big screen. It was trash. Brosura solamente. But since now they're bringing I Know What You Did Last Summer, I got to pull up. I got to go see the fishermen. And I got to say, what it do? What it do ski? Is you get into the paper and it's not loosely. You feel me? So, I can't believe it. Let's go back. I can't believe this. This is amazing. Shout out to HauntStream for getting this IP and bringing it to San Diego. You feels me? I'm pulling up. And I'm not playing no games. I'm coming with that hook. And then let me in, everybody getting hooked. And I ain't talking about Captain Hook. I just can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. This is amazing. Now, do I think the IP is going to be amazing, like the actual haunted house? No, I don't think the maze is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be like Six Flags when they do their IPs. But I can still enjoy it. And yeah, make the best of it. So, man, that's gonna be amazing. Wow, that's gonna be one for the books. You feel me? I might keep on saying it. You feel me? All right. So let's see. What else can we talk about? I got one. Hold on, y'all. I got one more thing to share with y'all for now. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about Midsummer Scream coming this weekend. We're not playing no games. August 7th to the 9th. You got Friday night, you got Saturday morning tonight, and you got Sunday morning tonight. Man, I'm pulling up on Sunday. Yeah, you heard me? Yeah. I'm pulling up on Sunday. And I might pull up on Friday, but I'm definitely pulling up on Sunday. I want to make that clear. Absolutely on Sunday. I can't wait to go through the Hall of Shadows. I got through it the first time, all the attractions. The second time I didn't, so I'm gonna get through them, and that's why I contemplate about going on Friday to make sure that I get through all of them. But nevertheless, I'm pulling up Friday with Cuck, and we're gonna do it up. We're gonna do it all the way up. Yeah, Midsummer Scream. You already know what it is. Look at this. You got the Hall of Shadows, right? You got Spooky Shopping. You got the Screaming Room. You got Black Cat Lounge. You got the Pumpkin Patch. You got live immersive entertainment. And you're going to have all the panels. All those panels. All of them. Do they show the panels for... I don't think so. Let me see something. Yeah, House of... Okay. Whatever. Anyway, I was typing up to see if it was called House of 1,000 Corpses. I don't know what other dude was talking about because he put an F in the initials. Anyways, let me see. Midsummer Scream panel schedule. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm looking right now. I think I can find it if I go on Instagram. So let me see. Yeah, I found it on Instagram. So I'll share this tab with you. Okay, so y'all see it. All right. So here we go. Saturday, look, Friday, no panels. Let's make that clear. Saturday, you got Not Skate Farm, which they're not going to announce much because you got to go to Nightmares Reveal. But you can still go to the panel and they'll talk about some other things, some behind the scenes stuff, I'm assuming. 13th Floor Entertainment Group, yes. They do LA Honey Hayride. You see all the other ones, the Illusion, Magic of the Jack-o'-lanterns, Festival, Friday Nights, Winchester, Mystery something. Oh, let me see something. It's Mystery something. Mystery House, I think that's what it is. Okay, so then Sunday, you got Six Flags Fright Fest. That's why I'm pulling up on Sunday for these top three panels, plus the Hall of Shadows. Six Flags Fright Fest. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Hey, hold on. Hey, Six Flags. Hey, Magic Mountain. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna keep on hitting you with the A, like it's 2016, the SoundCloud era. Hey, don't fucking play around. Y'all haven't announced no IPs, no mazes, none of that shit. And Jason fucking Blood Rain is coming to other Six Flags theme parks. So you got Jason, you got The Conjuring, you got Saw, I believe, and you got Strangers. The Strangers are coming to other parks, not Six Flags Magic Mountain as far as we're concerned. Y'all on some fuck shit right now. So y'all better have some fucking IPs. I ain't talking about Trick or Treat. Y'all better come with some shit. Y'all better bring back Carnage. I'm not fucking playing with y'all. Hey, I'm on y'all ass. this fucking Sunday. Rant coming if y'all fucking play around. I'm not playing around with y'all. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I'm on y'all ass. Now let's get back to the panels. All right. So we got Queen Mary's Dark Harbor. We don't know what's going to be announced in terms of the mazes, but the pre-sales are being available now. They're available now, so you have to sign up. Which I already got a couple of tickets. Then you got Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. They say the best for last. John Murdy gonna pull up, and he said he got 13 announcements for us. We're gonna see if he stands on business with the 13 announcement. Yes, Murdy. We're gonna see if you stand on business with them announcements. We know the Terror Tram's coming. We know the Latin American House is coming. So, but let's see what else you got in store for us. So it's most likely will be Art the Clown. And my prediction is that Killer Clowns will pull double duty. They will partake in the Terror Tram, and they will also have their own house, just like Titans of Terror back in 2017 with Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface. That's my prediction. We'll see if it comes to be correct. But yeah, Art the Clown will definitely make his return, and he's going to terrorize all of us. Well, yeah, because he's the Terrifier. Yeah, but that's enough talking. I've done more than enough talking. So just to recap, Kill Clown's announcement we discussed. We did the questionnaire by Murdy. They answered. We talked about Know What You Did Last Summer coming to SeaWorld, Hollow Scream, and we just talked about Midsummer Scream. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. And looking forward to Midsummer Scream. Yeah, I talked about Midsummer Scream panel, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be one for the books. It's going to be epic. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this. Salute.